I can't believe it is the last Tuesday of August already. Last Tuesday of the month is when we do our eyeshadow roulette. This is my eyeshadow roulette update for the month of August. I do this with some friends. They'll all be listed down below. This is a way for us to move through our single shadows. I've had so much fun with this year, and I've had a lot of fun doing it with my friends. If you're trying to use your single shadows and you don't know what to do, join us. Join us. We post the last Tuesday of every month. So much fun, so much fun. Let's get into this update. At the end of last month's update, I predicted I'm going to have a complete refresh. All of them are rolling out because I was really, really happy with all of the shades that rolled in. I do not have a complete refresh, not at all, but I have great progress. Let's start from the beginning. This shade was brought in last month. This is the shade Voila from Sydney Grace. It is just a brown. It is a really pretty brown and very, very easy to use. Now, did I get all 5 uses on this? No. I got 3 uses on it. 3? Yeah, I've used this 3 times since the last update. You guys, I don't understand this. I am a seasonal makeup wearer. I am a summer girl. I want the summer makeup. I want the golds and bronzes and all the warm shades. I have been, case in point, I have been going grungy fall for like almost the whole month. Grungy fall. I've just been gravitating toward those, and I don't want summer to end. So why am I wearing the grungy? Because they're beautiful, that's why. Because I love those shades. And side note, you guys always ask me in the comments what eyeshadow I'm wearing, and I never tell you. I mean, I'll tell you in your comment, but I will try to make it a point to put it down in the description box somewhere what eyeshadow I'm wearing. Today I'm wearing the Stone Cold Fox with 2 Davina shades, Mystic Moon Pie and Zombie. And I love them both. The Zombie was in my 50 Shades of Blue project. Mystic Moon Pie is just my favorite Davina shadow ever. Okay, shade number 2. This is the shade Autumn Breeze. This is from Makeup Geek. This was also brought in last month. And I have 0 uses on this. This is the only shade in this project this month that has 0 uses. So that's a bonus. You know, that's good. It's a pretty teal shimmer. More of satin, really. It's not ultra shimmery. It's pretty though. It's a teal, you guys. It's a teal. I'm not going to reach for that unless I have to. And I didn't have to. And my goal was to use this with another shade in this project that we'll talk about later. And I think those would go really well together. But, you guys, I just didn't use it. So, the 3rd shade is from Sydney Grace, and this is the shade Frosted Kingdom. This was also brought in last month, right? Yeah, this was also brought in last month. We had a good month last month. And it is a silver. It is a more like a pewter shade. You see it's very shiny. It's very sparkly. It's very pretty. I have 4 uses on this. I could have used it on my look today. I could have. I didn't. I wanted to use Zombie on my outer corner because I wanted to get that knocked out of my 50 Shades of Blue. So 4 uses, 1 use left, and then this is rolling out. Next up also is Sydney Grace shade. This was very Sydney Grace heavy this time. This is the shade Golden Rose, and I loved using this shade. It is a pink with a little bit of a gold flippy number. It's not like, I wouldn't call it a duochrome, but there is a little bit of a shift to it. This I used all 5 times. Of course I did. It's a beautiful shade. I used this all 5 times and I love it. It's very pretty. The next shade is very similar to the Golden Rose, and this is the shade OMG from ColourPop. This is from the Orchid You Not palette. And I didn't think I was going to get the use out of both of these this time because they're so similar. But guess what, guys? I got 5 uses on that too. So that one is always also rolling out. I didn't have enough space on here to swatch it. So, but you can see how similar they are. Yeah. But I got them both done. Yay me, yay me. My screen stopped casting to my monitor, my laptop over here, so that I can see, make sure that I'm in frame and all of that. It stopped casting. So I had to do that. So it's probably moved like it does. The next shade is very exciting. This is the ColourPop shade Monsoon. It came in June. Blue eyeshadow. I had 2 uses as of the last update, and guess what? I got 3 more uses in August. That's what it looks like. So this is rolling out. It's rolling out. I'm so proud of me. I had so much fun. You know, I said I've been doing grungy fall looks, but I've also been doing a lot of color. I had the Rick and Morty palette rolled into my deck of panning. I had the Flamingo palette rolled into my deck of panning, and it was just so much fun. So much fun to do the bright colors. So I did have the opportunity to use that several times, 3 times as a matter of fact. The next shade has been in since has been in since June, and it is from Give Me Glow, and it is Hex My Ex. Beautiful shade, one of my favorites from Give Me Glow. And I had 2 uses as of the last update also, and I used this 3 times since the last update, so this is also rolling out. I'm really surprised that I did not have all 5 uses last update, but I didn't. But as I said, I've been doing cool toned looks. This was perfect. I used it the final 3 times, no problem. Next up is from Natasha Denona, and it is from one of her palettes, one of her 5-pan palettes, and this is the shade Kai, and it is a peach. This is the shade that I thought would look really good with the Autumn Breeze. But I didn't wear them together. As a matter of fact, I only have 2 uses on Kai. And that is what it looks like. I can't remember what I used it with. I don't remember what I used this with. It might have been oranges. I can't remember. Warm shades of some kind, I'm sure. I just didn't get the uses out of it I thought I would. Okay, next up from Divina. This is the shade Silent Blizzard, and it is beautiful. It is gorge. And I enjoyed using this. This came in June also. No, it didn't. It came in May. I had 1 use in May, 2 uses as of the last update, and I've used it twice since the last update. And that is what that looks like. It is so pretty. It's so pretty. Very sparkly, very shimmery. And then finally, the last shade is from Sydney Grace, and it is called Rose Petals. I was very excited when this rolled in because it is a beautiful Andi shade. It's very Andi shade. Yes. And it is a little bit darker than what I thought it was going to be. But this was brought in last month. Yes, this was brought in last month, and you already know. You already know I used it 5 times. Yes. Yes. One of the reasons why I did do so many cool tone looks was the Hex My Ex and that. I used them together quite often, and it was beautiful. One of the looks, no. How many times did I use Frosted Kingdom? 4 times. 3 of the times I used the Frosted Kingdom with the Hex My Ex with the Rose Petals. And yes. So this was our color story for last month, and we have 6 rollouts. I forgot to get my little palette out. I usually put them, the ones that are rolling out, I usually put those in a little separate palette over here. So many rollouts. I'm so excited. It's always very nerve-wracking though when you're choosing so many shades at once, because you don't know what you're going to get. Whoa, what a pretty color story that is. That's very full. So this is what we're left with. I'm gonna get my screen record up. I didn't realize that this phone had an actual screen recording on it. This is an old phone. It's an LG G8, I think. And I didn't realize that it had a screen record option because it was kind of before all of that. but it does. So I was really pleasantly surprised to see that the other day. I'm going to choose 6 shades. Let's go. Fingers crossed, you guys. First shade. I'm very excited by this. Makeup Geek Daydreamer. I don't know what that looks like. All right, next shade. I'm so excited. Divina Ice Phantom. That is gorge. Divina Ice Phantom. We'll remove that. Shade number 3. Sydney Grace Refuge. I'm pretty sure I love that shade. I think it's a brown. It's either a brown or a taupe shimmer. I can't remember which one. But I know it was in my Beauty A to Z last year when I did my singles A to Z. Okay, next one. What is this, 4? Divina Charmed. Couple of Divinas in here this time. We'll see what we have next. Number 5 is ColourPop Neon Kiss. I don't know what that looks like at all. That's weird. I don't think I've ever heard that. It sounds bright though. All right, one more. One more, make it good, make it good. ColourPop 2B. I'm pretty sure that's yellow, which would be great for fall and, you know, September, right? I'm pretty sure it's yellow. I was talking with Donna last night and we were talking about single shadows, how I get a ton of ColourPop, Sydney Grace, and Divina because those are what I have most of. So I did, on my wheel, I did scatter them, shuffle them so that they're not alphabetical. I thought maybe that would help it out a little bit because sometimes I feel like it ends on the same part of the wheel. I don't know, it could be in my head. You guys, I'm gonna go get those shades. We'll come back, we'll discuss. You guys don't go anywhere. My, how the color story has changed. Holy cow. Completely different than this. Completely. Okay, I've gone ahead and swatched the first 3 shadows that did not roll out. The next one is from Makeup Geek, and it is called Daydreamer. This is not what I expected it to be. It is a really pretty lavender shade. Very light, very icy lavender, and that is what that looks like. I'm pleased with that. And then the next one is Divina Ice Phantom, right? Yes, Divina Ice Phantom. This does not look anything like what I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be like a, that's why I looked in my 50 Shades of Blue thing, because I thought it was going to be a blue. So it's not. It is very peachy and it's very, very pretty. And that is what that looks like. Gorge. Refuge is the next one. I was picturing a brown. No, it's purple. This is the shade Refuge from Sydney Grace. And I think it's going to go so well with the Daydreamer from Makeup Geek. Isn't that pretty? Don't you think those two will look so well together? Yeah. And then next up from Divina is Charmed. It's purple. I don't know why it didn't click in my head because this is one of my favorite shades. It is just such a beautiful purple shade. It is a very, very flippy number. And I think all 3 of these lavenders purples will work so well together. This on the outer part of the lid and then Charmed on the center of the lid and then the Daydreamer on the inner corner. Yes, I think that is going to look beautiful. Okay, then I have Kai, which did not roll out there. And then the other 2 shadows are both ColourPop. Neon Kiss. Oh my goodness. It's pretty neon. It's a neon orange. This came from the Springs, something Springs palette. I only have Springs written on the back. But I got that in a mystery box in the Springs. And it had oranges and blues, teals in it. It was very poolside type of thing. And then finally, from ColourPop, 2B. Yes, this is exactly what I thought it looked like. And I don't know if you can see that dip in there. There's quite the dip. This was in my Beauty A to Z project last year. If you like to watch fun projects, I'll link that playlist down below. It was so much fun. I divided all of my single shadows, not literally, like digitally. I had a spreadsheet that A, B, C, D, you know, all the way down the line, and I would choose one from each randomly. And then when I had rollouts, I would choose from that letter. It was so much fun to do. But I didn't want to do it that way this year. I just wanted to do random. So this is our new color story. This is our old color story. Look how different these are. Like this, to me, is very summer, except for those first 3 shades. But I think with the orange and the yellow, those will work really well with the Voila. And I think that the Ice Phantom and the the Ice Phantom and the, what is that, Kai, will go really well together. And then I also think that I could get away with the Autumn Breeze shade, that teal, with the Kai, with the Ice Phantom, with the brown maybe? I don't know, you guys. I'm a monochromatic girl. I like monochromatic looks. When it comes to mixing a teal with a peach, I don't know what to do. I mean, I do, and I do it, and it's fun, but I'm just like, my brain doesn't go there. My brain goes to, these 3 purples are to look really well together, and actually the Ice Phantom, no, and actually the Frosted Kingdom will also work well with those purples. I don't go with, hey, let's put this purple with this orange. I love when people do it. My brain doesn't go there. My brain's like, what? No, that's not monochromatic. I am a monochromatic eyeshadow person. I've said that a lot lately, but that's what I am. That's my comfort zone. That's my little box. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the new color story? What do you think of the old color story leaving? What do you think in general? Let's start a conversation about this. Don't forget to go down below, check out the people that I know that are doing this. I will have them linked below. My partners in crime, Leanna and Donna, and then we have Andi Gardner, and we have Melissa Nataline. Those are the people that I know that are doing this project. If you are doing this project, let me know down below. Also, like I said at the beginning, join us. It's so much fun. I am so excited with all of the use that I'm getting out of my single shadows. Yes. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.